everyone, this is another episode number 6 of Get Inside Team Go 11.
So Philipp, welcome back inside the paddock. After the injury, you were immediately so fast in Misano. After FP2, you were in P5. How did you manage your body to get that result after such an injury?
Well, I was surprised how well we did in Misano, especially on the first day, because with injuries in the past, there was always a problem that I don't have enough motion already after the injury, or there was still a lot of pain. But surprisingly, this time I had more or less zero pain, and I could move my body, which was great. But I think after the first day, on Friday we have only 2 practice sessions, which is easy. But Saturday and Sunday we had more sessions and races, and then I start to suffer quite a bit because the strength and everything was not there after 3 weeks of almost no training, especially no gym training. So it was more difficult, and now I hope that I regain my power and strength.
In FP3 in Misano, you were third under the 34.0. That was a super lap. Then in Super Pole, you could not redo that lap. Can you describe and compare the two emotions after FP3 and Super Pole?
Yeah, of course. In FP3 we had a good result with third overall. But already there I felt that with the Super Pole tire there was a lot of tension in the body, and it took a lot of strength from my body. Of course, qualifying was not as I expected. Also, in the first lap of the second round there was a yellow flag, so we were a little bit unlucky. I hope that in the next or in the upcoming races that we can put everything together and have a good result.
Let's talk about the races. We didn't get so high result in Misano. How the injury affected the long distance?
Of course, with the missing strength, it was difficult to make it to the finish. The first race, we had a crash fighting for the top 10. In the Super Pole race, we had a problem with the transmission, and in the last race, I think the strength was already more or less gone after 3 days of racing, and it was also very hot. So it was difficult to finish. At least we made some points in the last race with 11th place. But I think in the end it was still a good weekend if you consider that the injury was only 20 days ago. So I have high hopes for the races where I'm in a better body shape.
In race 2, toward the middle, you faced some difficulties, but then you closed the race in quite good laps. Can you describe what a rider thinks in that moment when his strength is gone, but he has to finish the race?
Yeah, it was a difficult moment because there were many riders behind, and I wanted to finish the race in a good way. And I had 2 laps where it was very difficult to, with the kind of riding style I was riding. So I said, okay, I need to ride more calm, more smooth to save some energy, but it was very difficult, but I managed it and could bring home the best possible position in the race.
In Misano, the Go 11 team had so many guests. Is it a problem for a rider, or is it something that gives you something more, a plus?
I think it gives you more because you have a lot of support, and the guests of our team, it was not very difficult guests, so it was easy. Of course, was a lot of people, but in Misano, I think it was in overall it was a lot to cope with because of the injury and high temperatures and a lot of people. So in overall, you have to try to manage it in a good way, but I think it's something which pushes you more, I think.
So now we are in Donington. It's the first time for you here. What should a rider do when he faces a new track?
I think in the first place you should make as much possible laps. I think that's important. Build up a feeling for the track, and I think for that only a lot of laps will help. then we see. Of course, that if the weather is consistent, it would be great, because then we can adapt the bike better to the track, and we have more time. But I think this weekend it looks quite good, so I'm optimistic. Yeah, if we look at the data and I get an idea for the track, how the other previous rider was riding the bike on this track, so, and know the gears, and then make a track walk and then ride.
Donington Park is such an historical track. Superbike was born here in 1988. Do you like the shape of the track?
It looks very interesting because it's a lot of up and down corners, and I think it makes it fun, but also very challenging and difficult. But I hope that we can find a good way and make a good result.
Did you get some training from Misano to here, also for your shoulder, or normal?
After Misano, I started to go back to the gym and prepared myself. After Misano, I realized how bad my shape was actually. So I had a lot of work to do there, but in the last 2 weeks I was riding with my Ducati at home and also some motocross, and I was feeling okay. Sure. With 2 plates now on the collarbone, it feels a little bit worse, or it feels you have a lot of material inside, and but I hope it's getting better also in the next few weeks, and I hope that in the winter I can remove the plates on both sides. So that's another episode of Get Inside Team Go 11 done. So now we have the race in Donington, and I hope everything goes well, and see you in the next episode.